This was AJ Styles' chair shot botch that no one noticed. So this story is of Backlash 2018. AJ Styles took on Shinsuke Nakamura in a no DQ match. During the match, AJ Styles throws a chair on Nakamura, but the chair came reverse and hit AJ himself. Reports say that botch chair shot was really bad for AJ Styles. It really hurt AJ. I think if AJ would be on his feet, it would be better for AJ. But accident happened. We can't do anything about it. This is one of the funniest botches of Goldberg. So see, there was a time in 2003 where Goldberg was feuding with Chris Jericho. Goldberg was giving a backstage interview and Goldberg sees on television screen that his car is getting ruined by Chris Jericho. Now just see in which direction Jericho is going. Okay? Now Goldberg furiously runs to chase Chris Jericho. Goldberg sits in the car and blindly went in opposite direction. Like what the hell? Where are you going? Jericho went there and you're going somewhere else. So I think you all have seen this. AJ Styles tearing up his pants during a match with Dean Ambrose. But how did it happen? So stories of AJ Styles vs Dean Ambrose TLC 2016. Now Dean Ambrose performed a suplex type of move on AJ Styles on some stack of chairs. That spot teared up his pants. You can clearly see that one chair particularly which teared up AJ Styles' pants. Now yes, this was something unusual. Never happened something like this in WWE before. This was a really funny botch of John Cena and Dean Ambrose. So stories about John Cena versus Dean Ambrose on an episode of Raw for the United States Championship. Now they both were on the top rope and Dean Ambrose was going for a sunset flip powerbomb, but Dean Ambrose didn't hold John Cena properly and the result was this. Now this really looked horrible and looked completely scripted. It was like Cena was not doing anything. This is again a really outstanding John Cena and Kevin Owens botch. So stories of John Cena versus Kevin Owens Money in the Bank 2015. Cena went for a sunset flip power bomb, but it went wrong. Cena wasn't able to flip Kevin Owens in his first try. He tried again by doing rebound from the ropes, and this time he was successful. Now I don't think that it was only John Cena's fault because this type of moves require support from both sides, but that's okay, we don't know what went wrong. This is the funniest botch of John Cena's career that no one noticed. So this was the story of an episode of Raw. Ric Flair took on Edge, that too in a TLC match for the WWE Championship. Now obviously Edge won the match, but after that match Edge tried to attack Ric Flair, but Cena comes and now see what happens. Cena comes, swings a steel chair on the ropes, and that chair came reverse and hit John Cena itself. And Cena was like nothing happened. He was standing still. So we all have seen Shawn Michaels doing this, a kip up, but have you ever seen Shawn Michaels failing? So this is a story of a tag team match. Shawn Michaels and his longtime partner Marty Jannetty were in a match. Both did this move, which is basically their signature move. During their kip up, both failed, and Marty Jannetty also revealed in an interview that was the only time they both failed at the same time. I know it's an accident, but seeing Shawn Michaels failing is little bit shocking. This botch made Kurt Angle so angry. So stories of Rob Van Dam versus Kurt Angle at ECW in 2006. Now during the match, Kurt Angle went for this move, which I don't know what it is called, but during this move, their heads collided with each other. You can see. You can also notice that it was a fast sequence, but after that move, they stopped for a bit. According to reports, Kurt Angle was so angry on Rob Van Dam, it could have been a serious injury, but thank God, nothing happened. This was the moment when Cesaro brutally botched the suicide dive, and it was so brutal. So stories of Cesaro versus Sheamus Clash of Champions 2016. Now Cesaro tried to perform a suicide dive and it went completely wrong. Cesaro fell on the neck. Nothing happened to Sheamus, but when WWE showed the replay, you can see how neck breaking that spot looked. He literally fell on the neck. But thank God nothing happened to him. It could have been a very dangerous injury and it could have ended his whole pro wrestling career. This was the time when CM Punk and Seth Rollins botched and pinfall. So stories of one of the greatest matches took place on Raw, Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Now Seth Rollins Irish whipped Punk on the ropes and then CM Punk was supposed to do a small package pinfall. But look at them. They both botched it. It looked like both were trying to do something different which is not letting them to do anything. And after that botch, CM Punk gave a small package pinfall. I don't know whose fault was this, it looked like both did wrong. So this was the moment when John Cena botched his shoulder tackle 2 times in a single match. So stories about Chris Jericho and John Cena versus Tyson Tomko and Christian. So John Cena went for his shoulder tackle, but I think he botched a little bit. They took some time to get up, and not only this, the second time something like this happened. Now I get it, the second time was not completely a botch, but still both the times the move looked bad. So this was the moment when Kurt Angle and Booker T botched a clothesline. So stories of Booker T versus Kurt Angle, Judgment Day 2005. Now this match was really complicated because Kurt Angle came running towards Booker T, but you see they completely botched that move. It looked seriously fake, and there were so many moments like this in the match. But both are actually good wrestlers.
That's why he's the legendary Undertaker. Oh, it's Batista! What strength! What a powerbomb! New champion!
Are you sure, Michael Cole, this is Powerbomb? Because according to my wrestling knowledge, this is Spinebuster. So this was the moment when Michael Cole botched his commentary. This was really funny. If this is Powerbomb Michael Cole, then Batista's finisher might be Spinebuster. Anyways, just joking. Mistakes happen, I know. This was the moment when Randy Orton suffered a huge injury due to a botched spot. So stories about a false count anywhere match which took place between Wade Barrett and Randy Orton. Now during the match there was a spot in which Wade Barrett threw Randy Orton through the stairs. The problem arose when Randy Orton fell on his back. He suffered a major herniated disc due to that spot. He was also absent for 4 weeks. You know, this would have been very dangerous, but thankfully nothing happened. So this was the moment when Roman Reigns botched his Superman punch. So stories of a fatal 4-way match, Roman Reigns versus Sheamus versus Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho. Now Reigns wanted to give a Superman punch to Jericho, but Jericho fell early and sat down. Now he picked him up and again gave a Superman punch. I don't know whose fault was this, and Roman Reigns usually don't do this type of botches. So this was the moment when Undertaker saved himself from a major botch. So stories of Kane versus Undertaker WrestleMania 20. Kane was giving Undertaker a back body drop, but Undertaker grabbed the ropes at the right time and saved himself. So now if Undertaker wouldn't have grabbed the ropes, he could have hurt himself very badly. Maybe he could have fallen in a way that we would have never imagined. Who knows? This whole match had little bit botch movements, and this match was really short, like 7 minutes.